Yo, boys. So, this is the trade we took today. I'm recording this video again because something I said. But yeah. So today we took some longs and we just took a L. But I kind of wanted to talk about something that I've been thinking about, and it's just about my bias. My mind is too set on, bro. My mind is too set on like long term thinking, like long term trades, if that makes sense. Like I'm thinking like too long term instead of just thinking like intraday. What will price do in the next 1 or 2 hours? Because like again, I've had the bias of longing gold since we broke here, like literally since we broke here, and I've been trying to long every like 5 minute for value gap that happens, even though price sometimes wants to go lower. And that's the reason I've been losing, if that makes sense. So like I even said in the last video and like a week ago, I even said once it breaks this range, price is gonna go to all-time highs. And that's literally what's happening now. And I need to stop thinking like, even though this is good, I know where the price is gonna go. I need to stop thinking in like the daily time frame of where price will go in the next couple of days and start thinking where will price go in the next couple of hours, if that makes sense. Like today, we took longs out of this area. So we had this CPI news seeked out this liquidity expansion to move up, creating this fair value gap. And I scaled down to the lower time frame to the 5 minute. We created this fair value gap here. Boom. And I was basically wanting to punt along out of this fair value gap. And I'll just go through my TA. And then we had this order block here that price was wicking out of, this 1 minute order block right here. Price started wicking out of this. And then we created a fair value gap, tiny little fair value gap here that price wicked out of. And I basically entered off of this right here. And then it was a kind of like a scalp trade. I had my stops literally down here below this breaker. And yeah, we lost this trade. And one thing I was thinking about right now was instead of just going off of this fair value gap, start thinking like a little bit long term, just because price did sweep liquidity and it was probably wanting to sweep sell side liquidity. And that's probably something I should have watched out for, because usually when price sweeps liquidity, it wants to take out sell side liquidity or take out just a big fair value gap instead of like this little 15-minute fair value gap, if that makes sense. So I should have waited for a sweep and then maybe looked for an entry on the lower time frame, maybe a fair value gap fill, something. Even though there is low key nothing, maybe a fill of this order block, just something, like something else. Or I think there was a 5 minute fair value gap fill that I could have taken. Yeah, 5 minute fair value gap fill right here, boom, boom. Could have entered like somewhere at the closure of this candle. Right here. Stops down there, targeting this liquidity. Would have been a 1 to 0.6. And yeah, just start thinking a little bit less long term and more intraday. But yeah, that was one thing I should have probably thought about, even because it did sweep buy side liquidity. I should have waited for sell side liquidity to get swept instead of just taking a trade off of for a value gap. Because this would have been a good trade if it didn't sweep liquidity. But since it swept liquidity, I should have been a little bit more patient. And I think I learned my lesson there. And yeah, we come back tomorrow strong. I don't even know if I will trade tomorrow, just because price is probably just going to end up consolidating for a little bit, just because it needs a little bit of time to digest this move. Like, this is a big move, like a really big move. I think I took my ruler out, and it's like what, 2%. Like, that's not normal for price to do. But yeah, we're down pretty badly on our funded account. I think we're back to 2%. But I mean, we're still up. But we come back tomorrow. I think I'm just gonna risk 1% again, just because I'm not really trying to risk 0.5%. I'll just risk 1%, and then if we lose that trade, I'll go back to 0.5%.